I have seen this place in my dreams many times, or at least places that resemble this very location. A courtyard, a castle, long empty hallways that seem to stretch just beyond where my memory cuts off. The kind of place that feels familiar, but in a way that makes your stomach twist just a little bit. You know that feeling? Like déjà vu, but wrong in a sense. Super Mario 64 is a realm lodged somewhere between nostalgia and something else entirely. Something uncanny. It's the way the castle stands, vast and empty, a place made for people, but completely devoid of them. The way the outside world is just nothing. A few butterflies can be seen tasting the nectars of the trees, or bushes, or both. It's quiet. Some wind, some water flowing, just a low hum of silence, interrupted only by Mario's footsteps, which are only form of companionship, being Lakitu and his camera following just behind. Most games set in castles make them feel grand and alive, filled with NPCs, chatter, decoration, but Peach's castle, that's different. You are alone here, save for a handful of toads scattered in the corners, their blank stares locked in place, literally trapped within the castle walls. They don't really move around, do they? They hardly even exist. They only really speak when spoken to, and even then, the words feel like, less of a conversation, and more like an echo of something left behind, as if they talk to you from beyond the void between you and the castle's strange walls. Maybe that's why so many people remember Super Mario 64 as eerie. It was meant to be playful, a celebration of this new era of 3D gaming. But take a step back, and you realize just how empty everything feels. A castle with a layout that doesn't really make sense, isolated away from society. Where's the princess even trapped? I think about the worlds beyond the paintings. Some, bright and colorful, feel just as you'd expect them to. A floating island, a sunny bay, but then there are the other ones. The ones that feel stitched together from a dream you don't quite remember in detail, but one you surely can remember experiencing from days long gone. Wet dry world with its lifeless sunken city, the skybox displaying buildings with eerie black windows, drowned at the bottom of an ocean. A place not meant to be seen, or at least that's what it feels like. Or maybe just not meant to be understood. We enter, we do what we have to do, and we leave, while the sunken town remains as frozen in time as it was when we first came here. Lethal Lava Land, have you ever looked at this one? Not just played it, but stopped and looked. The painting you jump into, a distorted, screaming face of fire, never seen anywhere in the level. It watches you, dares you to enter, and when you do, you're met with an abyss of, boiling lava, disjointed platforms, a slide puzzle in the middle of it all, a volcano, an endless horizon where nothing exists beyond the heat. What even is this face representing? A watcher? An ally? A creature lurking beyond or even beneath the sea of lava that we never get to see? It's almost like these places are not levels, but something else. Fragments of the world that was never fully formed, as if stitched together from dreams of a creative and thoughtful soul. Perhaps the princess herself, who knows? There's just something about this game, isn't it? And you know what it is just as much as me, even though none of us can really point to what it is and translate those feelings into understandable words and language. Something that stays with you long after you put the game down. Maybe it's the music, so often warm and inviting, but other times it dips into something else. Maybe it's the way the castle basement shifts from these bright marbles to damp black-green stone. Maybe it's just how the castle overall feels like a maze, a plexus, explaining how many of us have had dreams of new paths and rooms stretching on seemingly forever as we desperately try to find our way out. Maybe it's the weird figure at the end, eerily lit up as a looming presence of this seemingly happy thank you screen. Maybe it is that quiet, lingering thought in the back of your mind that maybe, just maybe, you're not supposed to be here, not in the way you think you are. Maybe that's why we keep coming back to this game, to its mysteries, to its myth, its iceberg of creativity that sparks within us from this world. Not because we don't know what is real and what isn't, of course we do. This game is starting to show its age after all. But rather because somehow it feels like Super Mario 64 is hiding something, even though we know it's not. The secrets and mysteries of Super Mario 64 lie not in the code, not in the game files, but in the feelings. Obviously, possibly, the game's biggest conspiracy has always been the star statue. Quiet and alone, it stands as a symbol of something. All the way back in the castle courtyard, L is real, 2401. L is real. As the rumors have told us that this plaque says for decades. What are the odds, really, that Luigi finally would be found in the old game files 24 years and 1 month after the game's release? Coincidence? Perhaps the secrets are also found in the coding after all. Well, this does nothing but just add to the mysterious feeling that this game gives us. Some games are just games, something that allows you to turn your brain off or turn your brain away for a minute from, we could say, our troubled world, and into one where we can let go of our worries for a little while. Others, they stick with you. They sit in your mind like a dream that you halfway remember and halfway don't. Maybe that's where the real magic of Super Mario 64 lies. It doesn't just exist on a cartridge, but it lingers on as something strange and lonely and also beautiful. Don't forget to stay curious. If you're interested in more and to join this community more, my Patreon gives you not 1, not 2, but actually 10 benefits. All for just $3 a month. Check it out in the description if you're interested. Now, have a good day.